Hey, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and do a new moon in Libra love reading, okay? New moon in Libra. This is a time to set new intentions of what it is that you would like to receive when it comes to new relationships or financial abundance. Now, Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus is both sides of the same coin, love and money. Here's the deal. You don't actually have to sacrifice one for the other. Some people will say, well, I stay because of the money. Other people will say, well, we don't have a lot of money, but I love the person. Okay, great. But what if you can have both? Because when you're in the right relationship, your money will flourish. It won't just double, it won't just triple, it will quadruple and then some. Okay, that's kind of like a power couple dynamic. So, Libra is also about legal law. So somebody could be going through like a divorce at this point in time. I did see the release your ex. Not everybody's going to be going through that, but this is about manifesting new partnerships. And because it's sitting at that 28-degree mark, this is one of those very intense degrees. So it's going to actually kick off the next 6 months. Each new moon is going to be at that later degree, which means like we have massive, massive transformation that is happening, especially when it comes to our relationships. Some of you may end up in court somehow. It could be, you got in a car accident. Now you're having to sue somebody else's insurance company. I mean, it can be all kinds of things. It can be, this is where people are very sue happy at this point in time. So be very mindful, crush T's, dot your I's. Make sure that you're doing everything, by the book when it comes to legalities as well. But when it comes to relationships and our love life, for those of you who are single, this is an opportunity for you to really sit down and write out your intentions. I always say, like, start a husband jar. Sit down and write down 30 things, and put them in this husband jar or wife jar for those of you masculines who are watching my channel. And, it's not just like, oh my God, I want him to be tall, dark, and handsome with green eyes and blah, 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 or it has to be this person. No. If you're a traveler, you want to make sure that you put in there, I want somebody who's adventurous. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a couch potato. Like the universe already knows what your style and your type is. They know what you want, but they also know what you need. Okay. So if you want somebody like, you see yourself surrounded by a crowd of people, and all of a sudden there was this one time where I was walking down the street. I live here in Hawaii, and this little old man like taps his wife on the shoulder, and she stops and turns around, and he pulls a plumeria off of this tree and he puts it in her hair and he gives her a kiss on the cheek. And I'm like, oh my God. So write that down. Okay. Look at around you the types of relationships. And I had a girlfriend once who I had her do this, and one of the things that she had put in there was, I want my partner to bite his lip when he thinks about me. Fast forward a few years, all of a sudden she meets this guy and they start seeing one another, and he ends up sending her a text that says, I'm biting my lip right now as I think about you. Boom, boom, boom. They end up moving to fucking North Carolina, and they've been together ever since. Okay. And they have a wonderful relationship. So it's like, all those little things, those are like, wow, okay, like I manifested that. And then anytime that you meet somebody, pull out those little pieces of paper. You don't need to sit down and write them all out in one day. You don't have to have it all together in one day, but you need to be specific, because the universe is listening to what you're saying. And, people go, oh, I want a relationship, or I want a boyfriend, I want a girlfriend. Okay. What the fuck are you going to do with it once you've manifested it? I don't think people, think about the next step. So that's when they end up floundering in relationships, is because they don't know how to take that next step, because they didn't plan for that. Are you going to start a business together? Are you going to start a family? Are you guys going to travel? Are you guys going to go do a humanitarian project, in another country where you're feeding the homeless? Like, what is the next step? What do you want this partner for? Many people just want a partner so that they can validate them and make them feel better about themselves, when really, in all actuality, people end up going crazy by being in relationships because now they've gotten to that manifestation. It's not hard to manifest something. It's hard to stay in the vibration of what it is that you manifested. So then what happens? You get into a relationship and you end up backtracking and you end up trying to drag the other person down, or vice versa. They start dragging you down. You can't come in with a shit ton of baggage. You got to work through all of your internal work, your childhood wounds, your past, traumas, and all of that kind of shit, because there is nobody coming in to save you. If you are not in a relationship right now, it is not because you are being punished. It is because you have work to do, and so does the other party. And until you guys raise your vibration so that the two of you guys can meet, it's not about chasing, it's about attracting. And then again, it goes back to, once you've attracted it, staying in the vibration of what it is that we attract. Most people don't know how to do that, and that's why they end up single again. So keep that in mind. All right. So what do we have for this new moon in Libra for the collective when it comes to our relationships? Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So some of you are getting engaged. Some of you guys are going to be married. So congratulations. What else do we have for the collective, Spirit? All right. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it can come to you now. So that's what I'm talking about. Are you looking for a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or are you looking for a husband or a wife or a best friend to walk through the rest of this life with? Some of you guys need to decide on whether or not you want to have children. Okay, if your love life is going to be, ascending to a higher level of commitment, well, one of the things is, and what I said earlier about these manifestations, are we going to have kids? Are we going to have dogs? Some people, their dogs are their children, or their animals are their children. Are we going to start a pet rescue? Are we going to start a new business? Because that's like a child. You have to water it, you have to nurture it, you have to watch it grow, right? So it's one thing to ask the universe for this higher level of commitment, but it's another thing to fully make the decision of what you're going to do with it. And so that line right there tells me everything I need to know, and it validates everything I just said. So what else do we have here, Spirit, for the collective for the new moon? So this is about making an effort. It says, great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided to take. So for some of you, you need to make the effort. You need to get the fuck out of your house. I'm not saying like go on social media and do these fucking dating sites, because what, like swiping right, swiping left, like, yeah, that happens for some people. Some people, they don't even want to get out of their fucking house. I know me, I'm one of those. I don't like leaving my house, but I'm not an active participant in the dating scene. I believe if there's something meant for me, and plus I know my own chart and I know how I'll end up running into this person. So I don't really need to do all these other shit. I got Jupiter and Leo in the 5th house. So mine is through like parties and gatherings and, those types of things. So, but you got to make an effort. So if that's something that you're wanting, and for other, and then look, the center of the reading, calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring the two of you together. You can't even make this shit up. So this is, and it sits right underneath the very soon clearly decide what you want so that it can come to you. So, and then you got to make the effort. It's pouring down rain right now, you guys. So, like, again, be very specific, even down to that last little detail of like, I want him to bite his lip when he thinks about me. It might sound silly. It might sound silly. For others of you, this is about making a vision board. I know for me, I did make a vision board about my husband, and I look at it every day. I have it sitting right where I can freaking see it, so that it's constantly in my psyche of, and then if I meet somebody, do they have those qualities? And if they don't, not my problem. They're all neck. All right. So what else do we have for the new moon in Libra? It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So for some of you, it's like knowing that it is okay. You are lovable. You do deserve love, and it is safe for you to love. Okay. And I love that for you guys. What else do we have for the future, for the new moon in Libra? What are we calling in? What are we calling in? Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay. So the universe knows your type. And obviously, your type is why you're still single. Okay. So remember that. That's your Mars. Your Mars is like, oh my God, I'm physically attracted to this person, but do they actually do anything for you? Probably not. Hence why you're still single. So the universe knows what you want, but the universe also knows what you need. And the universe is saying, like, you've gone through all of this work. If you've actually gone through, we're all on different timelines. Some of us are a little further ahead. Some of us are now starting the journey. So at the end of the day, the universe is saying, like, we know your type, but your type is why you're still single. So just know that who we're sending in is not going to be like anybody you've ever been with before. Okay. What else do we have for the new moon in Libra? That one just flew right out. Oh, wedding. So I did say somebody here is getting married. So congratulations. Like I said, we're all on different timelines right now. Some of you with this new moon in Libra, you will be married. And that's what you're manifesting, because that's what it's calling in. It says very soon, clearly decide what you want. It says calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring the two of you together. And boom, wedding. Now, some of you guys don't really want to, get married in the old traditional fashion and ask the state for permission and all that kind of stuff. For some of you, you want like more of a spiritual wedding, you know? And that's okay too. It's just a union between two people, and we are committed, and that's all there is to it. And get this, you got your soulmate. You got your soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Yes, this is going to be the person. This person is not going to be like anybody you have ever been with before. So if you're still looking for your old type and your old lessons, then you have not healed. You're still sitting in all of that trauma bonding, and you're going to end up right back where you are. Now, I've told everybody 2025 has not been a year for love. We had Mars go retrograde. We had Venus go retrograde. That's the planet of the masculine and the feminine. We saw a lot of freaking breakups. We see the whole world kind of coming down right now. Now, I'm not saying you can't manifest a relationship, but if you get this all time high, 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 and then you're going to get a faster crash. So the faster you rise, the faster you fall. And you're noticing that all around you. I know I have. That's why I've stayed single. We got flirt at the bottom of the deck. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Some of you guys don't even realize when somebody is flirting with you. I know that I don't. I had a guy hit on me in Walmart of all places. And I was just looking at him and I'm like, abso-fucking-lutely not. He didn't know the difference between my Ford and a Jeep. That was a big red flag, because I'm a big car person. Like, I used to fix cars. My ex-husband sold them. He pushed pencils. I actually worked on them. He would always buy me somebody else's problem. So that right there was a red flag for me, because for me, I'm manifesting a man's man, who, if there's something wrong with my car, he could go out and fix it. If I need an oil change, we can go out and do it together. If there's things that we can, be YouTube mechanics, we don't need to spend a bunch of fucking money on somebody else coming in and doing the damn job. So that's one of my biggest manifestations, as a man who knows how to work on fucking cars, because I know how to work on cars, and I shouldn't have to go out there unless I absolutely want to. I still believe in the masculine and feminine. And yes, we do need the masculine to our feminine. Now, if you're same sex couples, one of you guys is a little more masculine and the other one is a much more feminine. There's always the masculine feminine role. So, but this is saying, like, put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. You know your value. You know your worth. Now go ahead and flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy. Okay. That little bit of flirtation is what is going to actually put you out there. Now, not going out there and being all googly eyed and fucking retarded, like, but also like just being lighthearted, looking for a friendship in a partnership. Like, when we meet a new girlfriend, a new friend, and I'm talking like a girl to a girl, like a friend who's a girl, not that we're going to date. we don't look at them and go, oh God, do they like me? Do they want to be, no, we're just like, whatever happens, happens. If we might run into each other a couple of times, but we're not sitting at home with our stomach in fucking knots. Like, is this going to turn into something? So many people are so fucking desperate to be in relationships that they will do anything to be in that relationship. And again, it's because they're so insecure within themselves that they need somebody outside of themselves to validate them or make them feel good about themselves, when really, in all actuality, nobody can do that. That's an inside job. But this is about you softening your energy and, feeling comfortable and confident in your femininity, in your masculinity, for all of the masculines that are watching this video at this time. So it goes both ways. A woman needs to feel secure, because a woman is going to follow her masculine. A woman is going to, like, we go out of our way for our masculine. And when we start feeling like you're not fucking doing anything, you're not actually trying to put in any of the effort, you're not, making plans, like, then we're just going to move on. Women will try and hold on as long as they possibly can. But at the end of the day, like, when we start feeling like all of our efforts are going unnoticed and you're just trying to keep it at that friend zone space, we're just going to back the fuck out. And half of the time, we're not even going to tell you. Okay? Because we've already told you enough. So with the new moon in Libra, I do feel like for some of you, in the next 6 months, from the new moon to the full moon, which is into next year as we get into Aries season, right? Into spring, that's when we start planting new seeds of intention. So between now and then, a lot of you could find your partner. Now, obviously, this is a general reading. All messages will not apply to everyone. We are all on different timelines. But if you've been doing your work and you have been confident and comfortable in your own skin, where you're not in a place of need, you're not in a place of need and desperation, that's when things can start to flourish and you can actually find yourself coming into union with your divine counterpart. For others of you, you might end up back in a situation where you're in union with a distorted masculine or a distorted feminine. So make sure that you are raising your vibration and you are aligning yourself to a divine counterpart so that you don't end up in a karmic situation again. Okay? Because all the universe is going to do is just test you to see if you're still stupid. So, congratulations to those of you who are manifesting in a new partnership, one that you will be marrying. For some of you, like I said, it does not necessarily have to be a traditional wedding and all that shit. I think people are kind of waking up to the fact that, why do I need the state's approval and why do I need to sign a fucking contract with the state to, tell me that I can actually be with this person for the rest of my life? It's an illusion. So most people are like, I don't want to get married, but I do want to have a union where, there's no cheating. We are monogamous. We are together. We are building together. We're starting a family. Some of you guys will be starting families. Others of you guys will be starting a dog rescue, or you guys are going to be doing humanitarian projects. You guys will start businesses together, but make sure that you are manifesting the next step after you come into union, because the universe is like, well, why do you want this partner? What is it bringing to the table for you? For many of you, and I hate to say it, it's because you are so desperate just to have somebody there to save you. Nobody's coming to fucking save you. In fact, if anything, they're only going to make you feel shitty about yourself. So some of you guys are going to go back into karmic situations. You may drag it out for a really long time. And others of you guys are going to be coming into your divine union. Congratulations. You deserve it. I love you guys all so much. Congratulations. Happy new moon in Libra. I love this message. You guys are coming into union with your soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Put yourself out there. Go out, have fun, talk to your friends, and start telling the universe, when I find my husband or my wife or my life partner or whatever, not my boyfriend, not my girlfriend, my husband, my wife, my long-term partner, my best friend to walk through the rest of this life with, Be specific. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring the two of you together. And you guys will be with your soulmate. And just so you guys know, I use that very loosely. Soulmates are not always, we have one soulmate. Oh, they're my soulmate. No, we have many soulmates. Our cousin can be our soulmate. Our dog can be our soulmate. Our parents, our sisters, our brothers, our cousins can be our soulmates. It's not just romantic partners, okay? In this reading, you are bringing in a soulmate, but that does not necessarily mean that you guys will be together forever, okay? Sometimes it's just for the here and now, and you guys need to understand that. When they say till death do us part, it's till death of the person I once was when I manifested in accordance to the vibration of what I felt love was. Keep that in the back of your mind. Anyway, you guys, love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in a personal reading, thefootstepstopeace.com. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know how this reading resonates. Claim this reading and stay in the vibration and keep doing what you're doing. Do your fucking inner work so that you're not bringing in a bunch of baggage and expecting somebody else to fucking clean it up for you. Anyway, you guys, love you all so much. Take care.